If you're dealing with dry, frizzy hair and you still haven't found the right conditioner to really help control all of that, I got you. Let's get into it. It's always important to find the cause first before thinking about any solution. So where is this frizz and dry feel coming from? It can be due to two things. First and foremost is obviously the cuticle. So the cuticle is the outer layer of the hair. It's basically your hair's protective layer, and a healthy cuticle is supposed to be smooth and sealed. If you look at the cuticle closely, you'll actually see that it kind of looks like tiles on top of each other, and the smoother the cuticle, the less frizz and the smoother your hair is. But when these cuticles are lifted or even removed, and this can be due to heat, coloring, tight hairstyles, overbrushing, sometimes even overwashing, which eventually creates frizz, because obviously if we go from smooth to lifted up, that's the frizz talking. Another reason why could be the hairstyle that you're rocking and the environment that you're living in. A lot of us like to alter our hairstyle, so make it different than the way that it naturally falls and looks. So for example, you style it a certain way when it comes to waves, curls, using tools and products to mold it in a certain shape. That's not the shape that your hair originally or naturally has. So as soon as humid weather or anything that has to do with water comes into play, it basically resets the hairstyle back into its natural state. And this could also create that extra frizz. And sometimes it's just your own hair texture. You can have a hair texture that just tends to be a little bit more frizzy due to the texture that the actual hair strand naturally has. So now that we dealt with that, the question is, okay, but how can I control that? A super easy way to implement into your routine is by choosing the right product that you normally already use in your washing routine, which is a conditioner, but then one that is suitable specifically to really make your hair feel more softer, so less dry, and to help defrizz. What to look for when it comes to those products? Well, from an ingredient point of view, I can give you a couple of suggestions, but it's also important to know that the full formulation is what actually matters. Obviously, certain ingredients are really important to include into them, but it all comes to the full formulation and its performance. So one that might sound kind of scary, but fatty alcohols. So I'm saying fatty alcohols because these are actually not the drying ones that you see when it comes to disinfectants and stuff like that. Fatty alcohols actually do the exact opposite. They help to soften and smoothen the hair without drying it out. Certain humectants can help, but this isn't always suitable for every hair type, but it really does add some softness to the hair, so it really will get rid of that dry feel. Another one that might be controversial, but I absolutely love, silicones. Yes, silicones. Silicones form a very thin film around the hair strand, filling in those missing gaps, so those missing cuticles, which will give you an overall smoother look, and that means less frizz. Proteins, it also depends on its delivery system, but proteins can really help out filling in those gaps as well, and will also help if you're really dealing with cuticle damage. Ceramides, they can really help to give you that softness. Obviously, you can adjust your whole routine into it, but I just wanted to focus on conditioners because I do feel like simplifying your routine and taking baby steps is what makes it easier for you to understand what's happening, what's working, and what's not. So stay tuned for part 2, where I'll be suggesting a couple of these conditioners at different price points and different consistencies, just to make sure that you can try out one that is suitable for your hair needs.